Okay, so once we are done with the material request document, now we have an option either to create the purchase order directly if you know the vendor, if you know the vendor, if you know the supplier and you know its rate, what did they offer to you, so you can create the purchase order directly. But if you are new in the market and you want to know different quotation prices from different suppliers of multiple suppliers, then you create a request document for it to ask the quotation prices from multiple suppliers. So you create the request for quotation button there. Say so you go towards request for quotation. So on the request for quotation, you see the required rate is coming automatically and the items are coming automatically and its quantities and the warehouses are there. The main element of this request for quotation is you have to define the suppliers there. So you have to pick and choose the supplier, define the supplier here, and whatever supplier you have selected, make sure that you have defined its contact and email on its supplier profile. So what happens ke this send email checkbox basically do the working. Once you submit this document request for quotation, then whatever email ID is defined here on the supplier profile, system will automatically send us notification email towards the supplier कि ORMAN Trading has created a request for quotation asking for these two items कि what are their basically quotation prices. So an email will be automatically sent to the supplier asking for the quotation prices. So, but make sure कि you have defined the email IDs there. So once you have created the RFQ, so the quotation will be provided to you by the supplier. Either it could be through phone call or by WhatsApp or by email. So you have to create those supplier quotations here in the system as well. So you have to do it two times, one for the Al Shahab building and one for the fast forward company. So you have to create the supplier quotation for both the suppliers there. So just go to the supplier quotation. Okay, the supplier is automatically coming up Al Shahab building, and the items are there, the quantities are there, but the main part is you have to define what uh, rate they are basically offering to you. So you have to select, you have to define that variation rate. So the rate multiplied by quantities is equal to amount. So the amount is coming up here, and the total amount is 575. The total quantities were 10 and the total amount is 575 Emirates Dirham. And similarly, if there is any tax applicable on this purchasing, so you can define the purchase VAT percentage here. So basically in the UAE you have, I think so, 5% VAT. So you can define the VAT percentage here. Sahi, so this is how the tax is applied 28.75 dirhams, and similarly your grand total amount is now 603.75 dirhams. So this is your total amount on supplier quotation. So after checking each and every detail, you can just submit the document. Now we have created one supplier quotation from this RFQ. Now moving back towards the RFQ, I will just open it once again and create a new request for quotation, a new supplier quotation from here. But this time we are going to select another supplier, which is Fast Forward Company. Click on create button, go back to the same supplier quotation, and now you have to define what was the asking quotation price from this supplier. So you just have to enter the supplier rates there, and system will automatically calculate this total amount, and similarly if there is any tax applicable you can define the tax there. So rest of the details are same. Address and contact will be coming up directly from the supplier quotation, and terms you can define any terms and conditions related to the supplier quotation. Then submit this document. After